There it is. There is more from this show, and where they ended, where we're talking about me claiming my ancient energy. There's many people that don't know that I had this life changing experience, and I was this person, and we create our realities by what we believe. And I'll tell you what, I didn't believe in anything. Yeah, just about. And I had a life that really reflected that. I didn't have close relationships. I was a lead internal investigator for a large retail chain. There was no trust there. It reflected back at me, even in my job. To having this moment and connecting and claiming and saying, I am an ancient. And people talked about it, and there was a lot of witnesses. And no, this is not who, anything I would do. I would have held myself back in this particular place and not been different. And I would have been watching everybody and questioning everything they did. To have this and really stepping into it and knowing it was a part of me. And, the next day I went back to the class. I was at a Reiki class, and everybody was saying, you channeled. Oh my goodness, you channeled. And I knew that wasn't true. I knew I actually connected to an aspect of who I am. And, there was no doubt, no question. And I also understood that that's what humankind, for the most part, not everybody, but a large portion, are the way they look at it. When something great, magnificent comes in that's knowledgeable and connected, well, it has to be outside of them because they're just this. And my part of what I do is remind you, everyone, you're so much more than just these physical bodies, these personalities. You're these magnificent expressions of life that have had so many experiences, not just these experiences of always suffering and trauma and dread and horror, but amazing knowing, you know, um, beings that feel the connection to source, who have assisted in growing life in all of its ways and aspects. People say, well, I'm an old soul and they're a new soul. We're all from the same infinite source at the end stuff, but we chose different lives. And it may be we come into a physical planet like this and it feels new to us and unsteady to us because we just came from our this this life of complete awareness. So don't always look at everything that's magnificent as if it lives outside of you. Claim your infinite soul essence and do it with joy. Do it with love, because we're all more than what we understand. It's seeing the brilliance of who you are and not always doubting and questioning. It's seeing the amazing life form that you've chosen to be in this physical representation, yet in life itself. Allow the doorways, the gateways to open. We say this by saying, look into the head, into the mind, into the brain, and just see these wonderful doorways open gates, visualize them as if it is something you are physically doing, and let the information come to you through the light that it filters or allows in. For you see, each and every being is much more than they understand they are. Even those that are in total, what they consider total awareness. You're still in this physical representation of life, so you're not fully, totally aware at this given point. Yet you have more expansive thought. Even opening the expansive thought allows in more of greater understanding and awareness. We are also here to tell you, you're not here to move past these physical bodies and discard them as if they have been useless trappings that have kept you from moving into all that you are. No, each and every one of you have chosen these bodies, these lives, these personalities for a great and wondrous reason. And you are here to allow this personality to be but to allow even more the essence to be embodied within them, expanding on who it is you chose to be in this lifetime. An amazing expression of life. It does not live outside of you, it all lives inside. So I am an ancient. I am an infinite being that is connected fully to Source. Now, you do not have to claim the same terminology that you are an ancient. If you grab it like you're grabbing at a straw and it finally identifies you, then you're not an ancient. You're another, whatever name you choose to put on it, another descriptive label, because that is all it is, a descriptive label. So instead, let go of the straw you're grasping, fill with the light that is yours, and let the identifier come to you in the way that is perfect for you. And allow the expansiveness to be. Allow your awareness to grow and love and fill with the essence of you and share it with all in this world and beyond. We understand our words at times seem to go in circles. We understand at times they seem to be short and blocky. We move the energy, and that is what we use. And we also understand the words we choose have an impact that is more than what is understood by man. For the vibrational frequencies are necessary to move through the voids that are within, the energetic barriers that are placed in, and to reach deep inside of who you are. And we do not do this in an aggressive manner against your wishes, for if you are hearing us at any time, it has always been your choice to do so. We send you now more love, children. We remind you that we hold you in our hearts. We embrace you and support you on this physical walk. We remind you that life is a delight and to enjoy it in every moment. We love you. We hold you. We are always with you. And there we go. You have to unmute.
That was very beautiful.
Hey, thank you. Yeah. So, and this is the thing, and this doesn't need to be recorded, but a lot of people worry that if you empower people, or maybe it should be recorded, I don't know, there's a lot of people out there that worry about others becoming empowered. Is if they're empowered, they won't need to come to me because they're already in their own power. And I won't have a living, all of a sudden I won't have any money because to pay my rent or a house payment, I don't rent, I have a house payment. Anyway, it's remembering we want to share this and empower each person. This is, when we move past this part of our understanding to the next step for all of us, we're just as supported. We aren't going to go hungry. We aren't going to be all of a sudden living under a bridge somewhere. We're just in this next step. We'll, bring in houses built of light or whatever, or not need to eat in the way we do. Who knows, So don't close the mind or the expression of life you are out of worry that if you empower somebody else or you become empowered, that somebody is going to lose in some form, whether it be their income, whether it be oh my goodness, there's such a, oh goodness. I'm going to rub my eyes. There are some people that are walking in, well, if I share this knowledge, I don't really feel like I know anything else. So will I be left behind in the dust? Or will I just stop right here? And that's not the case. First of all, you won't die. You won't not move forward. You'll just open up to more of yours. And I always pay attention to everything when I'm talking to people. I noticed my hands went like this, and you notice they're clamped. They were just being held tight. This is actually almost like cutting the head off, but it goes straight across my heart chakra too. So just let that fear go. Wow. The more empowered all of us are, the more aware we are. Um, the the world reawakens to the beauty of all life and the connection to it. And we walk again in the world of harmony, not in this world of fear. They keep wanting to say global fear. Because if you look at it around this world, there's a whole lot of fear going on. Could you, and people go, well, gosh, they're in their power. Look at these people. They're so mean. When you're empowered, when you're walking in your heart in this life, that dissolves. It's so unnecessary. Nobody cares about having more coins than the next, more lands than the next. It doesn't matter. That's 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 when you live in fear. When you live in disconnect. There's not enough. I'm not enough. So I've got to have these gold faucets and this ornate drapery. I'm not enough. I've got to badmouth somebody else or hurt people that are speaking out. I've got to control. That all falls to the wayside. So never worry about that. Instead, live in your beauty, your light, and send that out so that others are able to feel theirs and embrace life, empower life, and live from love. And you know what? We can shift in a blink of an eye. I am living proof of that. One of those, if I can do it, so can everybody else. And not, this is another thing they sent in once. There are people who actually think this. Well, gosh, if everything gets all harmonic and we're all in love and dance around like old hippies with flowers in our hair, I'm going to be so bored. What am I going to do? There won't be any trouble. There won't be any tragedy. Nothing for me to go in and solve and participate in. And the truth of the matter is, of course, there's always something to do. It's just what's the next step after we rip through the fabric of this illusion? Well, now I do believe we're done. So, bye.